You're running out of time. No one will say it, but you need to hear it. The gap between where you are and where you should be is now a chasm. While you scroll and distract yourself, others are grinding, building, and learning from setbacks. They choose to dominate, not participate. They rebuild while you rest. So ask yourself, why isn't that you? Why do you keep letting your potential lie dormant? The power to change has always been yours. Stop making excuses. Every day you face a simple choice: move closer to your goals or drift further away. There's no neutral. Every action is a vote for who you become. Most choose comfort distractions and excuses, then envy those who succeed. But deep down, you know they outworked you. They suffered for their dreams while you scrolled. You say you want to win, but your habits say otherwise. Your actions reveal you're okay with losing. Change your choices, change your story. Your life is a monument to compromise. You hate your job, neglect your body, and settle for routines that drain you. This isn't the masterpiece you once imagined. It's a grayscale version shaped by inaction. Whose fault is that? Not your boss, not the world. Yours. You made the choices. You accepted the unacceptable. Own it or nothing changes. The world owes you nothing. Not your boss, not your parents, not the universe. The only debt you owe is to yourself. Your younger self who dreamed big, and your future self who depends on you. Every time you choose comfort over progress, you default on that debt. That fierce, unstoppable version of you didn't vanish. You killed them with compromise. I'll do it tomorrow, is the poison. I don't feel like it, is the weapon. Stop dragging the corpse of your potential. Start living for the person you were meant to be. The time for excuses is over. You pretend everything's fine, but you're haunted by who you could have been. It's not failure that's killing you. It's your untapped potential. That dream you once had is now a faint whisper, drowned out by distraction. This is why you can't sleep, why you feel hollow. Your soul knows you're meant for more, but you choose comfort over greatness. The real tragedy is to leave your gift unopened, to live in the dungeon when you hold the keys to the kingdom. Let that fear ignite your revolution. You walk through your days with a carefully constructed facade, a smile plastered on your face, pretending to the world and to yourself that everything is perfectly fine. You tell people you're content, that you're on the right track, that you have a plan. But deep down, beneath the surface-level conversations and the meticulously curated social media profile that projects an image of success and happiness, you know the truth. You are haunted by the ghost of who you were supposed to become. You know with a certainty that chills you in your quietest moments that you are not on the right path. You have strayed far from the trail of greatness and taken a long, winding detour into the comfortable, soul-crushing suburbs of mediocrity, and you have no idea how to find your way back. This internal conflict, this gnawing dissonance between the life you are currently living and the life you know you are truly capable of, is the real source of your quiet, daily suffering. It's not the external pressures of your job or the demands of your family that are breaking you down. It's the internal betrayal of your own profound potential. It is the weight of knowing you were designed for flight, yet you clip your own wings every single day. This self-inflicted wound is the one that never heals, the one that festers just beneath the surface, poisoning your peace and eroding your sense of self-worth with every compromise you make. You mistakenly believe that your biggest problem is failure, that the fear of falling short is what holds you back. But you're wrong. Failure is not your enemy. It is a vital part of the process of growth. It is a teacher, a data point, a stepping stone on the path to mastery. What's truly killing you, slowly and methodically eroding your spirit from the inside out, is your untapped potential. It is the constant nagging awareness that you could be so much more, do so much more, and have so much more. And yet you consistently and actively choose not to be. You choose comfort when your soul cries out for challenge. It's the deafening silence of a dream that once screamed inside of you for attention, a passionate ambition that you have starved and neglected until it has become nothing more than a faint, pathetic whisper. And now, you spend most of your precious energy trying to ignore that whisper, desperately attempting to drown it out with the noise of endless distractions, mindless entertainment, and the hollow pursuit of shallow pleasures. But the whisper is always there, a constant reminder of the greatness you are abandoning. It is the soundtrack to your quiet desperation, a ghost in your own machine. This deep internal schism is precisely the reason you can't get a peaceful night's sleep. It's why you find yourself lying awake at 3 in the morning, your mind racing with a vague but persistent sense of unease, a formless anxiety that you can't quite name. You toss and turn, not because of what you did during the day, but because of what you didn't do. It's the weight of the phone calls you didn't make, the workout you skipped, the difficult conversation you avoided, the first step you failed to take. Your subconscious mind is keeping a perfect score, and it knows you are losing the game against your lesser self. This is also the root cause of that hollow feeling in your chest, that gnawing sense that something fundamental is missing from your life, even when everything on the surface seems to be okay. You can be surrounded by friends, have a stable job, and enjoy all the creature comforts of modern life, yet still feel an emptiness that nothing seems to fill. Your spirit is in a state of open rebellion because your daily reality does not match your innate capacity. Your soul knows, with an ancient and unshakable wisdom, that you were built to be a lion, a fierce creator of your own destiny. But you are choosing to live the life of a sheep, passively grazing in a field of safety and mediocrity. This profound incongruity, this gap between your potential and your performance, acts as a slow-acting psychological poison. It seeps into and infects every single aspect of your existence, tainting everything it touches. It damages your relationships because you aren't bringing your whole powerful self to the table. It degrades your health because your lack of purpose manifests as a lack of self-care. It corrodes your overall sense of well-being, replacing what should be a vibrant zest for life with a dull, chronic sense of dissatisfaction. You are not living, you are merely managing your own decline, and if that stark realization, the cold, hard knowledge that you are personally and actively suffocating your own greatness, doesn't terrify you to your very core, then it absolutely should. That thought should scare you far more than the thought of failing, far more than being rejected, and far more than any public embarrassment, because all of those things are temporary events, fleeting moments that you can recover from. But a life of unfulfilled potential is not an event, it is a permanent state of being. It is the ultimate human tragedy, to be given the divine gift of potential, and to choose to leave it unopened for a lifetime. Now listen to me very carefully, because this is where most people get it wrong. This is the point where they seek the wrong cure for their disease. You do not need more inspiration. You have been marinating in inspiration for years, passively consuming it like a drug. You don't need to watch another motivational video that gives you a temporary high before you crash back down into your same old habits. You don't need to read another inspirational quote on social media and then do absolutely nothing with the wisdom it contains. You don't need to create another vision board meticulously cutting and pasting images of a life you're not willing to work for. Those things are not the solution. They have become part of the problem. They provide the illusion of progress without requiring any of the effort. They make you feel like you're moving forward when in reality you are standing perfectly still, just accumulating more information you will never act upon. What you need is not a gentle spark of inspiration. You need a seismic shock to your system. You need to stop looking for external validation or a magic bullet. The power you seek is not out there in a book or a seminar. What you truly need right now in this very moment is to make a choice. This is the moment of truth. The time for talk, for planning, for dreaming is over. The time for action is now. You must choose one of two identities, and you must choose definitively. You either become the person you always said you were going to be, the disciplined, relentless, unstoppable force of nature you envisioned in your youth, or you must finally and honestly admit to yourself that it was all a lie. You must admit that you never really meant it, that the talk of greatness was just a fantasy to make you feel better about your mediocrity. There is no more room for ambiguity. You don't get to be both. That is a luxury you can no longer afford. The universe does not allow for such a contradiction. You don't get to claim the identity of a winner while living the lifestyle of someone who is content with losing. You don't get to say, I'm gonna make it one day, and then proceed to live like someone who is perfectly fine with being average, invisible, and forgotten. You don't get to talk about being a killer, a beast, a warrior, and then hit the snooze button 7 times because you don't feel like facing the day. That disconnect, that hypocrisy, is a cancer on your soul. You don't get to talk about your ambitious goals, your desire for a legacy, and your commitment to the grind, and then tap out the very first time life punches you in the mouth. You don't get to preach about resilience and then crumble at the first sign of adversity or discomfort. Life will test you. It will hit you with unexpected force just to see what you are made of. And if your response is to retreat back into your shell of comfort and excuses, you have failed the most important test of all. You have proven that your words are hollow and your convictions are weak. Your talk is cheap and your character is bankrupt. This world, this arena of life, is a warrior's game. It doesn't matter if you are a man or a woman, the principles are the same. It belongs to those who are willing to fight for what they want. Life is utterly indifferent to your feelings. It does not care that you feel tired after a long day. It doesn't care that you're not motivated or that you're feeling overwhelmed. It doesn't give a damn about your difficult childhood, your past traumas, or the fact that you had a bad day at work. These things are real to you, but they are completely irrelevant to the laws of progress and achievement. The only thing that life respects, the only currency it deals in, is action. Decisive, consistent, and relentless action. That is the only language it understands. All the complaining, wishing, and hoping in the world will not move the needle one single inch in your favor. You can pray for a miracle, you can wait for the stars to align, but the universe will not conspire to help a person who refuses to help themselves. It responds to movement. It rewards the person who gets up day after day and does the hard, necessary, and often unglamorous work that greatness requires. And so right now, in this very moment, you are standing at a precipice. You have a choice to make, and it is the most important choice of your life. Are you going to continue to sit there, passively consuming this message, and then go back to pretending? Are you going to keep lying to yourself, pretending that you're not built for more, that this average existence is all you deserve? Or are you finally, after all this time, going to wake up from your self-induced slumber? Are you going to open your eyes and see the truth of your situation and the glorious potential that lies dormant within you? If you've made it this far, if the fire in your gut is starting to burn brighter than the fog in your mind, then you're ready for the part of the conversation that most people run from. You're ready for the truth that isn't packaged in easy-to-swallow pills. You want to know what it really takes? It's not about finding a secret hack or a magical shortcut. There are no secrets. There's no easy path. There's only one road to the life you want, and it runs straight through a war. A war against your weakness, a war against your habits, a war against the comfortable lies you've been telling yourself for years. And you had better be ready to fight, because this is a battle for your soul. You are not going to achieve your dreams by watching another motivational video after this one. You're not going to get there by passively consuming more content, hoping that one day a magic phrase will suddenly unlock your potential. You aren't going to get there by praying for a miracle and then sitting on your hands waiting for someone to come down from the heavens and save you from your own inaction. Let me make this crystal clear, so there is no room for misunderstanding. No one is coming. No one is on their way to rescue you from the life you have created for yourself. There is no mentor who will appear out of thin air and solve all your problems. There is no investor who will magically believe in your unproven idea and shower you with cash. There is no perfect partner who will complete you and carry your burdens for you. There is no personal trainer who can do the push-ups for you or eat the clean meals on your behalf. No one is going to hand you your life back, polished and perfect on a silver platter. That is a child's fantasy. If you want it, if you truly, desperately want that life of strength, purpose, and victory, then there is only one way. You must go and take it. This is the part that nobody wants to say out loud, the part that gets edited out of the highlight reels of success. This is the brutal, unglamorous, and non-negotiable truth of the journey. You will suffer. This is not a possibility, it is a certainty. It is not a sign that you are on the wrong path, it is the sign that you are finally on the right one. The path to greatness is paved with hardship, and every step forward will demand a price. If you are not willing to pay it, you don't deserve the destination. So you must ask yourself, before you take another step, if you are truly prepared for the cost. The journey you are about to embark upon will demand payment in forms you have spent your life trying to avoid. You will cry. There will be moments of overwhelming frustration, of heartbreaking failure, of crushing loneliness, where tears will be your only companion. You will question everything. You will wonder if you have what it takes, if the sacrifice is worth it, if you are a fool for even trying. These moments are not weaknesses, they are the crucible in which your resolve is forged. You must learn to cry, to feel the pain, and then to wipe your tears, and get back to the work that needs to be done, stronger than before. You will be tired. Not just physically tired from the relentless workouts and the long hours of focused work, but a deep, soul-level exhaustion that will tempt you to quit every single day. Your mind will scream for rest, for a break, for just one day off from the relentless pressure you've placed on yourself. This fatigue is the gatekeeper of greatness, and it weeds out the tourists from the true warriors. You must learn to operate when you are tired. You must cultivate the discipline to show up, even when every fiber of your being is begging you to stay in bed. Your goals don't care that you're tired. You will lose people. This is one of the most painful and surprising costs of growth. As you begin to change, as you raise your standards and dedicate yourself to your mission, not everyone in your current life will be able to come with you. Some friends will not understand your new obsession with self-improvement. They will see your discipline as a judgment on their own lack of it. They will call you boring, they will mock your ambition, and they will tempt you to return to your old, comfortable ways. You must be willing to let them go. You must choose your future over your history. You will be misunderstood. Your family might think you've gone crazy. Your colleagues might resent your newfound drive. The world around you, which is built on a foundation of mediocrity and comfort, will look at you as an anomaly, an outcast. They will not see the vision that burns inside you. They will only see the strange and uncomfortable actions you are taking. They will label you as obsessed, extreme, or unbalanced because you refuse to accept the average life they have settled for. You must develop a profound indifference to their opinions. You are not on this path to win their approval. You are on this path to earn your own self-respect. On top of the tears, the exhaustion, and the alienation, you must accept another harsh reality. You will fall. You will fall flat on your face and it will hurt. You will launch the business and it will fail. You will commit to the diet and you will fall off the wagon. You will pour your heart into a project and it will be met with indifference. You will stumble, you will make mistakes, and you will experience setbacks that feel like knockout blows. You will feel the sting of embarrassment and the heavy weight of disappointment. This is not a sign to quit. It is a sign that you are in the arena, that you are daring greatly. But guess what? That whole catalog of suffering, the pain, the tears, the fatigue, the loss, the misunderstanding, the failure, that is the price. That is the non-refundable, upfront fee to enter the realm of greatness. You do not get to skip the line. You don't get a pass because you had a tough childhood or because you're a good person. The toll booth to an exceptional life does not accept excuses as payment. It only accepts one currency, and that currency is sacrifice. You must be willing to pay the price in full, without complaint and without hesitation, because the reward on the other side is a life that most people can only dream of. You have to pay in pain. You have to willingly embrace the discomfort of pushing your physical and mental limits every single day. You have to find the growth that lies on the other side of suffering, to learn to love the burn of the last rep and the mental strain of deep, focused work. You have to pay in patience. You have to understand that real, meaningful results do not happen overnight. You must be willing to show up for months, even years, doing the right things consistently without seeing the dramatic results you crave, trusting that your daily deposits will eventually compound into a massive return. And you have to pay in persistence. You have to cultivate the grit to get back up every single time you are knocked down, no matter how many times it happens. You must have the resilience to face rejection after rejection, failure after failure, and still maintain an unshakable faith in your own ultimate success. Pain, patience, and persistence are the holy trinity of achievement. They are the three pillars upon which any great life is built, and most people are unwilling to pay with any of them, which is why most people live lives of quiet desperation. But you are not most people. The reason so few people are willing to pay this price is because they are addicted to a drug that is more pervasive and destructive than any narcotic. That drug is comfort. Comfort is the silent killer of dreams, the sworn enemy of growth, and the seductive siren that lures you toward the rocks of mediocrity. Most people are hopelessly addicted. Their entire lives are structured around the pursuit of comfort and the avoidance of anything that feels even remotely difficult or unpleasant. They live their lives on a soul-numbing autopilot, repeating the same easy routines day after day, week after week. They fear the discomfort that growth requires as if it were death itself. The discomfort of a grueling workout, the discomfort of a difficult conversation, the discomfort of learning a new skill, the discomfort of being a beginner. They run from it all. And because they are unwilling to face this necessary discomfort, they must justify the hell out of their average existence. They create elaborate stories and rationalizations to explain why their mediocre life is actually a good one. They say things like, "I value work-life balance," which is often code for "I'm not willing to work hard." They say, "I'm happy with what I have," which is often a lie to mask the pain of their unfulfilled potential. They champion the virtues of being normal and well-adjusted, and they look with suspicion upon anyone who displays an unusual level of passion or ambition. They have become masters of self-deception, convincing themselves that the cage they live in is actually a cozy home. They have traded the exhilarating, unpredictable adventure of a life of purpose for the predictable, boring safety of a life of comfort. They have chosen the warm, slow death of mediocrity over the painful, vibrant birth of their true potential. And they will try to drag you down into that world with them, but not you. Not anymore. There is a reason you are still listening to this, a reason my words are resonating in the deepest parts of your soul. It's because there is still a fire in you that has not gone out completely. It may have been reduced to just a tiny flickering spark by years of neglect and compromise, but it is still there. It is the last ember of the raging inferno you were born with. It is the whisper of your potential, the echo of your destiny, and it refuses to be silenced entirely. You are still watching because a part of you knows you were meant for more than this. And if you can feel that spark, however faint it may be, then you must protect it with everything you have. You must fan it into a flame. If you still believe, deep down in the core of your being, that you were destined for something greater than an ordinary life, then this is your moment. This is not just another day. This is not just another motivational message. This is the definitive fork in the road of your life. The path you choose in this moment will determine the entire trajectory of your future. The time for indecision is over. You are standing at the precipice of the most important decision you will ever make. You have two choices, and they are starkly different. You either summon the courage to kill that weak, undisciplined, excuse-making version of yourself that has been holding you back for years, or you surrender completely and become them forever. You either declare war on your own limitations and rise now today to claim the life that is rightfully yours, or you resign yourself to rotting slowly in a tomb of comfort and regret. There is no third option. You must understand that there is no middle ground in this war. There is no such thing as a balanced approach to greatness. Balance is a myth perpetuated by those who want to justify their lack of commitment. You cannot be a little bit committed. You cannot be kind of disciplined. You cannot be sort of obsessed with your goals. The pursuit of an extraordinary life requires an extraordinary level of focus and dedication. You have to be all in. You have to be willing to become unbalanced for a season to achieve the results that the balanced people will never have. There are only two states of being in this world when it comes to your ultimate legacy. There's obsessed, and there's forgotten. The people who change the world, the people who build empires, the people who achieve superhuman feats, they are all obsessed. They are consumed by their vision, and they are willing to sacrifice everything for it. Everyone else, the billions of people who choose balance and comfort, will be forgotten by history. Their time on this earth will leave no ripple. So you have to decide which group you want to belong to, obsessed or forgotten. The choice is yours. This is it. This is the moment everything hinges on. Not tomorrow, not next week, not after you get that promotion or when the kids are older, right now. You are standing at the great fork in the road of your own existence, a place you can never return from once a choice is made. The paths ahead are illuminated with terrifying clarity, and the time for hesitation, for weighing options, for dipping your toe in the water, is over. The person you have been up until this point has led you here, to this precipice. And the person you will become will be decided by the direction you take in the next few seconds. This is your point of no return. Look down one path. It's well lit, smooth, and gently slopes downward. It's crowded with familiar faces, people laughing and distracting themselves, content in their journey to nowhere. This is the path of continuation. It's the path where you keep doing what you've been doing, where you allow that spark of greatness inside you to finally be extinguished by the gentle rain of comfort and compromise. It's the path of becoming that person who held you back, of fully surrendering to your weaknesses and excuses, until they are no longer just habits but your entire identity. It's the easy path. And its destination is a quiet, comfortable, and utterly meaningless grave. Now look down the other path. It's steep, rocky, and disappears into a dark, stormy unknown. There is no one else on it. It promises nothing but struggle, pain, and solitude. This is the path of transformation. This is the path where you declare war on your old self. It's where you decide to kill the person who hits the snooze button, the person who makes excuses, the person who chooses comfort over growth. This path requires you to rise up from the ashes of your former life, to become a warrior forged in the fires of discipline and self-denial. It is the hard path, and its destination is unknown, but it is the only path that leads toward the summit of your potential. You must choose. You have to understand that not choosing is a choice in itself. To stand here, paralyzed by indecision, is to choose the easy path by default. The gravity of mediocrity will pull you downward if you do not actively fight to climb. Every second you hesitate, you are casting a vote for the person you used to be. You are telling the universe that you are content with the corpse of your potential that you've been dragging around. This moment is a test of your courage, a test of your desire. Will you have the guts to choose the hard road, the road that leads to life, or will you drift down the easy road that leads to a slow, comfortable death? Let's not sugarcoat what these choices mean. There is no poetry here, only brutal reality. You either rise now, or you rot slowly. Those are the only two options on the table. To rise means to commit, right now, to a life of radical action. It means when this message is over, you don't just feel inspired, you move. You get up, and you do the thing you've been avoiding. You make the sales call, you put on your running shoes, you write the first page of the business plan, you apologize to the person you wronged, you start the engine of your new life, and you do not allow yourself to turn it off again, no matter how tired you get. To rise is to embrace the identity of the person you want to become today. You start walking like them, talking like them, thinking like them. You make decisions from a place of power and purpose, not from a place of fear and comfort. It means accepting that the next phase of your life will be defined by difficulty and discomfort, and you welcome it. You welcome the pain of growth because you know it is infinitely better than the pain of regret. Rising is an act of violent creation. You are not gently evolving. You are forcefully building a new you on the foundation of your own will. It is a conscious, deliberate, and daily act of rebellion against your weaker self. The alternative is to rot. And make no mistake, it's a slow, insidious process. It doesn't happen all at once. It's the slow decay of your ambition, one missed workout at a time. It's the gradual erosion of your self-respect, one broken promise to yourself at a time. It's the quiet death of your dreams, one I'll do it tomorrow at a time. You won't notice it day to day, but one day you will wake up 10 years from now, and you will be a hollowed-out shell of the person you could have been. You'll be filled with a bitterness and a resentment that poisons every interaction and every relationship. To choose to rot is to make a peace treaty with mediocrity. It is to sign the surrender papers in the war against your own potential. You will continue to live a life that doesn't excite you, in a body you don't respect, doing work that doesn't matter to you. You will become an expert at justifying your inaction, a master of rationalizing your own decline. You will numb the pain with distraction. More TV, more social media, more food, more alcohol, anything to silence the faint whisper of the ghost of who you were supposed to be. Rise or rot, there is no in-between, you decide. As you stand at this fork, a dangerous idea might creep into your mind, a seductive lie whispered by the society of the average, the idea of balance. You might tell yourself, I can have a little bit of both, I can be committed to my goals, but also take it easy. I can have balance. Let me be clear. Balance is a myth, it is a unicorn. It is the excuse the uncommitted use to justify their lack of results. In the context of breaking free from a lifetime of mediocrity, balance is a code word for staying the same. You cannot balance your way out of the hole you are in. You need a violent, unbalanced, obsessive push to gain momentum. There is no middle ground in this fight. There is no gray area between the person who is all in and the person who is 1 foot out the door. The universe does not reward lukewarm commitment. It rewards obsession. It rewards the person who is willing to become temporarily unbalanced in the pursuit of a worthy goal. Think of any great achiever in history. Were they balanced? Did Michael Jordan practice with balance? Did Marie Curie research with balance? Did Elon Musk build his companies with balance? No. They were obsessed. They were consumed by a singular vision, and they were willing to sacrifice everything else for a season to make it a reality. The world is divided into two distinct groups, and you must choose your tribe. There is the obsessed, and there is the forgotten, that's it. The obsessed are the ones who make things happen. They are the creators, the innovators, the champions, the leaders. They are the ones who are willing to endure the ridicule, the loneliness, and the exhaustion because their mission is more important than their comfort. They are the ones whose names are remembered, whose work leaves a legacy, whose lives create a ripple effect that changes the world. They are willing to burn for their purpose. And then there is everyone else. The forgotten. The billions of people who chose balance, who chose comfort, who chose to play it safe. They live and die without ever truly testing the limits of their potential. They leave no mark. Their time on this planet is a flat line, a quiet existence that fades into the noise of history without a trace. They are the cautionary tales, the ghosts who haunt the living with the silent scream of regret. You have to decide right now which group you want to join, because you cannot be a little bit obsessed. You are either in or you are out. So, it all comes down to this. This is the moment where you stop listening and start answering. The questions are simple, but their implications will define the rest of your life. What do you want? Not what you think you should want, not what your parents want for you, not what society tells you is a successful life. What does that fire inside you, that last remaining spark, truly desire? Get clear on it. See it, feel it, taste it. Build a vision so powerful and so compelling that it pulls you forward, out of the quicksand of your current reality. What do you truly, deeply want? The second question is even more important. How badly do you want it? Is it a casual wish, a nice-to-have idea that you think about when you're bored? Or is it a need? Is it like oxygen? Is it something you are willing to fight for, to bleed for, to sacrifice for? Because your level of desire will determine your level of discipline. If you only kind of want it, you will only kind of work for it, and you will get kind of results. If you want it more than you want to sleep, more than you want to be popular, more than you want to be comfortable, then you will find a way to make it happen. And that leads to the final, most brutal question, the one that separates the dreamers from the doers. How much are you willing to suffer to get it? Are you willing to feel the pain of sore muscles, the exhaustion of sleepless nights, the sting of rejection, the loneliness of charting your own path? Are you willing to give up the junk food, the mindless scrolling, the toxic friends, the comfortable habits that have been slowly killing you? Are you willing to pay the price, in full, with no discounts and no refunds? The answer to this question is the contract you make with your future self. If the answer to that last question is anything less than whatever it takes, then I am asking you, with all sincerity, to shut this off right now. Go back to your comfortable life. Go back to living like everyone else. There is no shame in it, but you cannot stay here. This space is for warriors only. But if your answer is everything, if you are ready to burn the boats behind you, to kill every last one of your excuses, and to bleed daily for your goals, then welcome to the first day of your real life. Welcome to the fight. Because now and only now are you truly ready. Truly. If you are still here, if you have faced the brutal questions and answered with a resounding whatever it takes, then everything has changed. A fundamental shift has occurred in the deepest part of your being. The person who started watching this is not the person who is listening right now. That person was a spectator, a consumer of motivation, a dreamer. But you, the one who has made it to the end, you are something else entirely. You have made a covenant of blood and sweat with your future self. You have signed the contract. So welcome to the fight. Welcome to the path of pain and glory. Because now you're finally dangerous. This newfound danger is not a threat to the world, to other people, or to society. You are not becoming a villain. You are becoming a force of nature, a creator, a builder. The danger you now possess is a threat to the status quo of your own life. You are a threat to your old habits, your old mindset, your old limitations. You are a threat to procrastination, to weakness, and to the seductive whisper of the snooze button. You have become a walking, breathing declaration of war against the comfortable prison you once called your life. You are dangerous because you are no longer predictable. You are no longer manageable. You are no longer a sheep. This transformation makes you a threat to the low expectations you once had for yourself. You are a threat to the average life that was quietly being prepared for you. Before you were safe. You were harmless. You fit in. But now, you are a problem for mediocrity. You are an anomaly in a world of conformity. When you walk into a room, you change the energy because you are operating on a different frequency. You move with a purpose that makes aimless people uncomfortable. Your discipline is a silent judgment on their lack of it. You are a threat because you are a living reminder of what is possible when someone decides to stop settling. You are now ready to make some noise. Not with your mouth, but with your actions. The time for talking about your goals is over. The time for posting inspirational quotes is over. Now is the time for the silent, relentless execution that shakes the very foundations of your world. The noise you will make is the sound of weights clanging in the gym before the sun rises. It is the sound of your fingers flying across a keyboard as you build your empire late into the night. It is the sound of your feet hitting the pavement, mile after painful mile. Your noise is your work, your dedication, your results. Let your success be the noise that deafens the doubters. This new identity, this dangerous, noise-making, threat-posing warrior, it has one singular focus. You are not competing with the person next to you. Their journey is not your journey. Looking at others is a distraction, a trap that pulls you back into the shallow game of ego and comparison. You must let go of the need to measure yourself against anyone else. The race you are in is a race of one. Your only benchmark is your own potential. Your only competition is the person you were yesterday. This realization is the key to your freedom and your power. You are a threat, but not to the world. You are a threat to the person you used to be. That is the only enemy that has ever held you back. It wasn't your boss, your parents, your circumstances, or your lack of luck. It was you. It was the version of you that chose comfort, the version of you that listened to fear, the version of you that was addicted to excuses. That person is your sworn enemy. They are the traitor within your own gates, the saboteur of your own destiny. And your mission every single day is to hunt them down and destroy them. You must be more disciplined, more relentless, and more ruthless than they are. This is the only enemy that has ever mattered. This internal foe is the dragon you were born to slay. Every time you choose the hard path over the easy one, you land a blow. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you weaken them. Every time you face a fear and act anyway, you starve them of their power. This is not a one-time event. It is a daily, hourly, moment-by-moment war. It is a battle fought in the quiet solitude of your own mind, in the choices you make when no one is watching. This is the great war of your life, the one that will determine your legacy. So listen to my final words. The pep talk is over. The sermon is finished. The time for listening has ended. The battlefield is waiting. Your enemy, that soft, weak, undisciplined version of you, is waiting. They are hoping you will forget all this by tomorrow. They are betting on you to revert to your old ways. They think you don't have the stomach for a real fight. Prove them wrong, shock them with your ferocity, stun them with your consistency, annihilate them with your commitment. The war is here. The time is now. Now go to war.